Welcome back to UGT Show, or welcome in general. This is a new thing we're doing, a fun little one-shot. We have a special guest with us, John. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's
Happy
great.
to be here.
Thanks, welcome.
Happy to be here.
And for the first time in a year and a half, Marcus and Bryn are on the same show.
Yes.
Oh,
So long.
People were asking for it in the comments.
they
so
were gagging.
We brought it to them. I heard you in
They
Discord.
said it couldn't be done.
Yeah.
Well, we are doing a fun little system called Definitely Wizards, where these three people are playing
Definitely wizards.
the 110% wizards with no doubt about it in them.
I'm a wizard.
This is a fun system. It's about 12 pages. It's a zine. It is by, I forget their name off the top of my head, Elliot Hart. You can find them on itch.io for this. It's like $1 or however much you want to pay for it. I highly recommend it. It's a fun system. It uses D6s where these three people are pretending to be wizards to try to get their wizard certificate. That's a good word. And they are going to be attempting to bluff and lie and cheat their way through this this test to officially become wizards.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely a wizard.
We're wizards. I don't.
I'm sorry.
I'm incredibly confused.
Yeah.
I don't mean any
This is
disrespect.
slander.
Am I at the wrong stream? Is there a different stream I'm supposed to be on?
This is the wizard one. This is definitely wizard one.
Okay, sweet.
So, with this, for those everyone at home, it is a D6 system where they have only two stats they have to keep track of: wizard and wild. Their wizard, they have a list of small spells for their wizard spells that they can cast, and they will use their wizard modifier for that. If they pass or fail the wizard the wizard check, it will go up or down accordingly. And same with the wild stat, where they all have wild spells they can cast based off of their classes they are, which we will go over in just a second. Their Marcus vibing. That's the man just bouncing. The wild class will have things that they are doing to pretend to pass off as actual magic in front of the Council of Wizards. And if all of them reach wild magic stat 6 at the same time, they all lose the game and are arrested for their wizard crimes. So, with that general idea through kind of at the basis here, let's go down the line and meet everyone. Who wants to start?
Hi, I'm Marcus. I'm playing the wizard named Box Top Beanie Baby. He's of the collector class.
Excellent.
I get it now. I was like, that's such a cool name, and now I understand why.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bryn. I'm going to be playing Granny. I am a vampire, but more commonly known as a wizard.
My name is John, and I will be playing the person who's definitely a wizard. Ratatouille, the magician.
Also, this is John, our guest star today.
Yes, big star.
Came all the way from New York just for us. Thank you, John. That's very nice of you.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
I'm running from the cops right now. So.
And we're not in Ocala, Florida. I
No.
can tell you that if you're a cop watching.
The NYPD is on their way.
We all know that the NYPD big fans of this show.
We play heavy.
I read it in the comments. Get in the Discord.
NYPD, LAPD, Chicago PD, they all love us in here.
GPD, not so much, to be honest.
Well, we have a lot of our players from John's improv classes that we met up in Gainesville, and then he moved up to New York. Did not like us anymore, and so
We drove him away.
we did drive away. We're a little bit intense to be around, but he managed to get everything back.
This is all true. This is exactly all true.
Even the part about the not liking?
Yeah, I was
It's
just
weird
like,
that you didn't fight that part.
Yeah, they're just like, we don't like you, leave. They literally put me in a car and drove me to another state.
There were pitchforks behind the car.
We didn't like him so much we drove him to New York, which is the worst state. So there you go.
That's what everybody says. New York City, the worst state.
The worst
The
apple.
worst city in the world. That's what they say.
You know those famous shirts, the I Hate New York?
Very famous. The big rotten apple is what they call it. The city that makes you want to sleep.
No, those are all the things. Yep. Was you?
Well,
We're happy to have you, by the way.
yes. Thank you for coming down. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. I can't think of anything else I'd want to do on a Friday night.
Well, that really says something about all of us here today.
About all of us in costumes. So
No, this is what I showed up in. I don't know what you're talking about.
I got your soul.
This is my driving hat. I don't know what
An actual wizard. This is how I dress.
It's driving.
Yeah. It keeps the sun right about here.
All right. Well, you guys want to get into it?
Let's go.
Let's get into it. In a kingdom long, long ago, far, far away, on a planet called Earth, in a small, remote island, there is a league and a council known for their control and mastery over the arcana. And in order to become one of them and join their ranks and also learn the artistry and the perfectionism of arcana, you have to travel to this island, take several classes, pass written tests, pass written and spoken exams, go through many, many hoops to confirm that you can not only do magic, but competently as well. And you three find yourselves on this small island, approaching the massive Colosseum that holds this final test that all wizards have to pass, where you will have to go through several chambers that are witnessed through not only the Grand Council, but roaring crowds around the arena watching as if it's a sport, with pure excitement and a desire for not only seeing you succeed, but hoping that you fail as well. There's nothing more exciting than watching dreams get crushed in a massive arena viewed by the entirety of your peers. So, you three are approaching this, again, massive stone coliseum. Sconces are lighting. It's a beautiful day outside. Birds are flying by and chirping. Several of the birds are both pigeons and phoenix alike. What are you three doing as you approach to prepare?
Well, I'm over here, really trying to be very inconspicuous because I don't really want my husband to find out where our trivia team on Friday nights is. Normally, I have been lying to them my whole life, and I told them I was a wizard, but now I have to casually go prove myself. And so I'm going to try and find the most likely wizard friends to help me succeed in my wizard endeavors.
I'm trying to dig through my big bag of collected magical items and trying to kind of like the definitely wizard version of cramming, where I'm just trying to make sure I'm okay, I got my fire items, I got my little magic cold spells, every little thing that I could have that I might need, and just trying to kind of keep it hidden, but also make sure I know where it is and haven't lost any of my important magical items.
I'm walking around telling people about the magic of stoicism. If you can keep your composure during these trials and leave emotion out and just focus, it's going to help your magic, it's going to help you channel, it's going to help you stay strong. Be like me, a real wizard who uses stoicism every day to be the best wizard in the world.
I am immediately sold on this, and I will go and approach this man because he seems like a real wizard that would help me on my journey.
This is our final exam. I don't know how you're so calm. This is it. We need to pass, or we'll all be tried.
Yeah, the key is just don't think. Don't think at all. Keep all of your thoughts out of your... That's what stoicism is relaxing and keeping thoughts out of your head so you don't think. Okay, be more like me is what I'm trying to say.
All I'm thinking about is not thinking now, and I can't stop thinking about not thinking.
Yeah.
As you three are discussing your matters of thoughts and not thoughts and thoughts of not thoughts, you approach this large podium that you've been directed to, saying this is the student quote-unquote entrance to get in, And as you approach, a older looking wizard is sitting in the little ticket booth, and he goes, "Oh, you three, come in, please." And a grand gate falls down slowly into the ground as he waves you in.
Yeah, I'm here. You want me to go first? Just set a good example for everybody.
I would, yes, I would love that.
I'm gonna be honest. This, I'm gonna do real great.
Good.
I'm gonna do real good stuff for you.
I hope. I've got a lot of money riding on you.
The trick is to not think.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of people go wrong.
Oh.
Is they think too much. You, right now, I can see it. I'm thinking.
I am thinking.
Don't do it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's,
I apologize for that.
there's money riding on whether or not we pass this exam?
Well, for me, there sure is, but I'm sure plenty of people, there's money riding on if you don't pass the exam.
I thought this was just a pass-fail.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, but if you fail, also, you go to jail.
That's the slogan.
That's the Wizard School slogan. If you fail, you go to jail. Sponsored by the NYPD. It's all in there. Now, come on, you three. And he waves you in as you walk in, and there's a small locker room with fluorescent lighting inside as you all sit in there and wait. And as you can see in a monitor that is just above the doorway, there's another three set of wizards going through and trying to take this test. And they are going through chambers that all look completely unique and have their own sets of challenges. And you see as they get to chamber number 3, one of the party members pulls out a small rabbit from their hat and tries throwing it at a large spider that's in the room. And the wizard council that is above all of them stick their hands out and you give a thumbs down. And at that moment, the room ignites into flames as everyone in there is consumed. And as their bodies are laying there for a moment, you see several wizards with little sirens on their hats swirling around, handcuff them, put them up, and drag them out of the room.
But they burned them first?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
See, you would think that's extreme, but that's where you went wrong. If you don't think about it, it's totally fine. The ethics of this work out if you ignore what was happening.
I thought the stories about this happening were just senior pranks. I didn't think that they actually burned you like that.
That's real, okay? That's magic.
I'm getting really nervous.
It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be fine. You're with me. We'll get through this together. Because you're definitely a wizard. I'm definitely a wizard too. And Granny here, definitely a wizard. Okay?
Yeah, we're all real wizards, so we shouldn't have a problem. It's just scary. I don't know. What if I choke? I cast a spell wrong. Say it backwards by accident.
I'll thump you on the back. Don't worry.
Okay.
As you all sit there and prepared emotionally and are not thinking, preparing to thump on backs.
I'm a trivia expert. I do all of my thinking all of the time. It's important.
Oh, hello everybody! Thank you for all the gift subs. Thank you, Get Schmucked, for the 10 gift subs. That's very awesome. Thank you. I've never seen that happen, so that was exciting for me personally. But thank you for joining.
God, there really is so much money riding on this.
That's you see a scoreboard on the side of the TV shift rapidly as that goes up.
If we lose, all those gift subs do not happen. So this is actually like really important. Now on you specifically, Marcus.
As you see these scores go up and down wildly, the door opens up and another wizard who has a dark brown beard, he's kind of hunched over, and he goes, "All right, you three, it's time to get out there. Come on, follow me." And he leads you down a dark corridor, and he goes, "All right, let me explain the rules real quick for you. There's gonna be 4 chambers you guys got to go through, each increasing in difficulty and size. You will have to get through using your many magic wizard skills that you know and have practiced several times. Correct?"
Yes.
I've practiced a lot.
Good. Now, there's an extra little bonus at the end. You'll get extra credit. Each chamber has some tokens inside of it. Whoever collects the most tokens by the end of this gets a bonus reward at the end. So, that's up for you. Do as you please with that information, and I believe in most of you. Good luck.
I take out of my pocket a little shiny piece of paper, and I hand it to him. And I say, "Place a bet on us to win."
Oh, you got it, kid. I like your gumption. You look like you don't think much.
No.
Excellent. He shoves it in and he walks away. And you three are standing before a massive wooden gate that you hear behind chanting and cheering and slamming of fists and feet in excitement and anticipation. And as you feel the butterflies in your stomach and the anxiety boiling up a little bit more, the doors begin to slowly fall down and you three make your way out. And you're blinded by the just pure brightness of the light for a moment. But you'll see, as your eyes adjust, crowds of people in all of the rafters looking at you with anticipation and excitement. And in the center, on the left side, is a box with 3 men in dark cloaks that you can see massive white beards spilling out of, all holding different wizard staffs. One has an owl on him. They are staring at you all harshly and with no seeming emotion on them. And before you, in the center of this Colosseum, is what looks like a small, or a rather large square room with a small door in front of it.
Well, I really should have brought my hood. Seems like it's fashion nowadays. Darn it. You have a hood.
Yeah. I'm wearing my robe. Yes, I've got a hood. You're trying to take my robe? We've barely even started.
Well, just in case you burn to ashes, I might be taking it. Just as a heads up.
I like it. We're on a team. And we're like, what's one person's is also ours. We're sharing alike.
Yes.
This is great. We're all in this together. Now we have to go through this door. Is what it looks like, so we can go fight the trial.
Is going through this door part of the test?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
If you can't go through the door, then you can't take the test. And taking the test is part of the test.
It's like writing my name at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like showing up to class. This is the showing up to class part.
But I think if you walk first, then it'll give you more credit since you are wearing the robe. So I think you should walk through the door first.
Okay. Sure. I'll approach the door.
It's a dark brown oak wood, and it has just black metal steel as the door handles and hinges.
I'll pull on the handle.
It's a push.
Why did we send him first?
This is great. We're learning. We're going together.
I try pulling one more time.
It's still a push.
Great.
And
Good
then
job.
It opens easily.
We're already not thinking. I love it.
As you push the door open, what you expect would be a stone room, just how the outside of this looks. But as you three walk in, it is actually outdoors. It's like a vast forest with a river flowing by you guys. There's tall, lumbering trees. There's little squirrels and critters kind of running around. You feel the mosquitoes on the back of your neck as you smack away at them. And as you walk through and you look up in the sky, you see that you can still see the Colosseum and the 3 wizards at the top staring down as if they're opaque. And you put it together that this is illusion magic in here, creating this vast, seemingly wide scape of land. And from where you're standing, across a small river and across about an equal length distance, is another door just in the middle of a tree.
So it looks like to end this, we just have to go through the other door. Simple enough.
I'd like to, I'm gonna try and get a hunch as to what this schooly dad magician of ours is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Is because it seems like he's thinking a lot for someone who preaches not thinking. So I'm suspicious already about this.
Okay.
Is that how that works? Can
I mean, if you want,
hunch things?
do you want to roll something on him?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's many spells that you can
Well, one's called hunch, and you get a sense for what someone else is thinking.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I had the wrong page. My bad. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a wizard roll. You were trying to meet or get lower than your wizard stat, which all of you should be at 3 currently.
Okay. 2.
2. You pass.
Oh, great.
Yes. You.
I thought that was bad.
No,
No,
you
this
want to
is
roll
great.
underneath your score. That is your goal.
Okay. Sweet.
So you are able to parse through his thoughts and see into his mind. What is I forget your character's name again. I'm so sorry.
Ratatouille.
What is Ratatouille thinking in this moment?
Ratatouille is going, I think we got to go through this other door. The thing he just said out loud was the thing he was thinking. And he's going, I hope this is an easy one.
You hear that echoing in your mind.
Suspicious. Lots of thinking going on in there.
Is there like obvious obstructions on the way to the door? Does
Nope.
it just look like a straight path?
Basically a straight. I mean, you just go walk around some roots and trees and stuff. But like, yeah, it's basically a straight path.
There's probably some knots in these trees that might be hiding secret passageways. I feel like we should look very hard.
Do you have a hunch? Do you have a hunch about that?
Yes?
I feel like that would be a good thing to think about.
Are you criticizing my posture?
Just, I don't know. You squinted a long time at me trying to get an idea. It felt like what I was thinking.
I've got a
When, like,
husband. You can't hit on me so hard. My goodness. I wasn't looking at you anyway.
It looked more like you thought I was out of focus than anything else. Okay, yeah, let's just go through and get to this thing, right?
Okay, well, now I don't want to do it.
Well, I opened the door. If you want to go first.
Sure. I walk
All right.
towards it. You said that there's like thorns and stuff, and there's like a stream running through the middle.
Yeah, well, it's there's not even thorns. It is like almost just dirt and grass and like tall like weeds and stuff. There's nothing in the way that seems to be.
Okay. I want to take out. So I take off my hat,
Okay.
and out comes a little buddy. His name's Marcus Aurelius.
Okay.
And I go, hey, Mark.
He goes.
Go across and just get to the door, okay? And look for anything that could be good or bad. I love you. And I give him a little kiss on the mouth.
He gives a little kiss back. And he goes, "Eek." And you see him run off. He swims over the stream, and the moment his feet touch the other side of the stream, 2 trees swat their branches down and smack at him. And he scurries around, panicked for a moment as they're trying to swat at him, and he runs back to you.
Mark, get back here! Mark, return!
And he swims back to you, panicked, and he's panting the whole time.
You did great, Mark. You did great. And I put him back underneath my hat. All right, it looks like we got, I don't know if I can say this on stream, whomping willows over there. And by on stream, I mean on the
stream
side of the water.
And you see a thumb up come out of it. So it's a,
Great. Looks like there's whomping willows on the other side.
They're not the punching pines.
Or punching, they could be. I'm not an arbiter. I don't know.
Well, this seems like it needs a little bit of intimidation. And I snap my fingers, and I'm going to produce a flame. There's more of this. Probably. And I'm going to say that at the trees. And I'm going to try and produce a small flame.
all right, roll me another wizard.
I'm so wizardly.
You're so wizardly.
So
As a
wizardly.
wizard should be.
3.
3. That makes it so you do pass.
Sweet. Excellent.
So-
Am I supposed to be changing any of these, by the way?
When you fail is when you go up
okay,
in that
okay,
score. So it's when if you hit 6 on either one, you can't do a spell of wizard or wild until you. If you hit 6 on your wizard, then you can't do a wizard
I'm looking
spell.
like super wizardly right now, by the way.
The council
2
is
passes.
nodding approvingly as you produce a small flame.
My flame, there's. You watch yourself.
Okay, cool. I like walk up to the river because it's on the other side just when it activates, and I want to make a simple illusion
Okay.
of a person on like one side
Okay.
of it and see if they attack that as well.
Is that a wizard spell, or is it a
It's
wild?
a simple illusion as a
Make
wizarding
something
spell.
look like
I
something
see,
else
dear.
if you squint.
Oh, I want to make one of the trees look like a person.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a wizard spell.
1.
1, you pass. You do it. So you roll it, or you cast the spell, and the tree begins to form its face a little bit, and it looks just kind of like your dad a bit. And the other tree just starts smacking away at it.
Tree beard, no.
And you see the 2 trees are beginning to smack away at each other.
As I approach the stream, I want to be looking under rocks to see if there's anything cool there, like if they've hidden any of our little like coins we're supposed to collect under rocks.
As you pick up around the rocks, you pick one up, and a small little token flies up in your face and then vanishes away as you collect 1 token.
I got one.
Are there more than 1 token in each of these, or is it just 1 token? each one?
Maybe.
Okay.
There's only one way to find out.
And then
Every rock. Let's go.
as I get to the stream, I'm gonna fumble around in my bag, and I'm gonna pull out like this magical, like metal cylinder. It's kind of, it's like 6 inches big, and it's got like a magical button on the top. And when I press that button, I'm gonna, conjure a little flame like you did, but it's gonna shoot out a larger fireball as I like spray toward the tree. I'm gonna use wild magic
Yes, that will be wild magic for sure.
to kind of shoot a fireball. A 5.
A 5 is a fail. So what I will need you to do now is roll me another d6, and this will determine the consequences of the wild fail.
A 2.
A 2. Spell peters out and doesn't do anything.
I have to shake this.
What you got over there, buddy?
Oh, it's my magical items, wizard things. I just gotta psych myself up a little bit for, casting a larger fireball.
We're on a
something
team
over there.
together. Totally fine. Let's go kill these guys.
You all begin to cross the river a bit, and the trees are smacking at each other, but it does not look like they will be doing it for long. So you might need to find one more small solution to get through.
So does he get a
He got a token.
Oh no, does he get a 1?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Or no, he does not get a 1 to the wild. It is if you roll a 3 or a 4 or a 5 or a 6 on the consequence dice.
Oh,
That's when
okay,
you get
okay,
it.
okay.
So you're not even guaranteed to get
Okay,
that
sweet.
yet.
This is
But
good to know. This is good
yes,
to know. Okay.
there's also a couple other things to note for also everyone at home. There is costuming. Every character has 2 pieces of just costume that they have with them. If they utilize those costumes in some way, then they can get rewarded.
That's what I used my rat for.
That's what the rat was for.
That's my familiar.
Oh, I'm sorry. So go ahead. You can either. So this is what he can do. You can either add a point to your wizard score or remove 1 from your wild score.
I think you both would have gotten points for your wizard spells, because if you cast it successfully.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you do. There you go. It's
Oh,
a new
dang.
system. I'm sorry, guys.
We're cruising.
So you guys are doing good on wizard. So you begin to pass through, and the trees are kind of smacking each other. But looks like you'll probably get about right between them before the illusion fully drops.
Well, I suppose I should start moving at a hustle.
I'll
With
cast.
someone right behind me.
I'll cast shield.
Shield.
myself.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then run to the door.
Okay. Give me another wizard check.
It's a 9.
It's a 9.
It's a 6.
It's a real bad fail then.
Sorry.
So roll me a d6 again for the consequence.
1.
1. Yet again, another dud. You don't add to your wizard score because you failed. And the spell, you try to pull the shield up, and the moment you do, it just, as that goes down, the illusion on the other tree goes down as well.
Okay, but I know that I didn't get hit. I realized that the shield was gone before I ran through the woods.
Right.
Cool.
The trees are now looking at you all, preparing to smack as they are swatting down at you.
Do they look particularly intimidated by my lighter?
I'll say they know they're smacking the other 2 way more than they're going for you.
Okay. This is great news. I think
I'm gonna try to do the opposite, since my fireball didn't work, and I'm gonna try to cast Frost Nib to see if I can make the trees a little chilly and convince them to go in, like make them think it's winter and go into a dormant state.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Roll me a wizard.
2.
You pass. As the cold air, add 1 to your wizard, and as the cold air washes over one of the trees, it just shrivels up and fully, like, the leaves fall off, and it just looks like it's in dormant at this point.
I feel like a fall breeze grow over it.
I'll say with that, you guys would be able to kind of walk around that one and avoid the other tree entirely that way.
As he's creating a gust, I'm going to protect my little, like, flame over here, first of all, rude.
I'd like to cast Hunch to see if I can have an idea of where there could be another coin.
Sure. Yeah, I'd say cast Hunch, and you'd have to aim it at one of the councils up there to figure it out. But I will allow you to do that.
All right, cool. 2.
You do it. As you go through their mind, you're reading through, and you can see that one of them is picturing on the door that leads to the exit, on like the top of the frame, there is a coin up there that you can just pull up and grab.
Okay, I'd like to grab the coin before I go through the door.
Okay, you go up there and you pull it off, and the same thing as you touch it, it bounces up and vanishes for
Can I go?
I mean, they've got to be pretty impressed with us right now.
They are nodding. They are giving.
Like,
there's
really,
some murmurs and looks around. The audience themselves out there are cheering. You hear them all screaming as you get through that first door and walk into the second one. As you enter the second chamber, similar again, where this is obviously illusion magic, this is now a large cave with several branching ways, and there's no clear exit. However, immediately you notice the moment the third person walks in, there's no gravity. Gravity just fully turns off and you begin floating into the air.
Great. I quickly pull out a handkerchief from my pocket, and then I keep pulling it out, and pulling it out, and pulling it out, and pulling it out, and then I tie it to one of the trees so I stop floating away and I can stay more stable.
Okay. Yeah, give me a wild for that.
I've rolled a 4.
That was a fail then. So with a fail for wild, roll me the consequence again.
A 1.
A 1. Peters out. You try to wrap you guys love rolling these Peters out. You shoot the rope out trying to get it wrapped around the tree, but it's aiming for the one that just recently went into hibernation, and you undershoot where the branch was originally, and it just falls into the river a bit and begins just kind of dangling in there.
Well, is it so? Are we all floating?
You're all floating, kind of just in the air, just
And
bumping into each other, hitting the ceiling.
Pathways?
Yeah, at the other end of this cave are several branching pathways.
But we're bumping into the ceiling.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, I start to win Partium Pleviosa, and I'm going to turn into a bat.
Oh.
This was you'll hear a voice, very tiny voice. Yeah, this was very fancy magics I learned a long time ago.
Give me another wild check.
Okay. 5.
5 is a fail as well, so roll me a consequence.
Okay, let's see here. 3.
3. So you do turn into a bat, add 1 to your wild.
Okay.
You do turn into a bat, but as you do, you find yourself not fully able to get your, like, balance in there. There's no center of gravity.
Zero gravity with the bat does not help.
So as you're flapping around, you're bumping into like a bunch of walls, and like you're just hitting the ceiling and the floor, and you're freaking out. And I'll say that both of them will get hit in the face by you trying to find your center of balance. And I would like both of you to roll me a wild check.
3.
3, if that meets it, beats it.
4.
4, is yours at 3 or 4 right now?
My wild's at 3.
So that will be a fail. So I would like you to roll me another consequence check.
Okay, cool. A 2.
A 2?
Rolling.
Ones and
I can
twos.
re-roll it.
No,
I'm
it's
so
fine.
sorry.
It's fine. It's just funny how incredible this is. She hits you directly in the face and like kind of uses your face as a launch pad to get off. And as she does, you start floating down one of the pathways down the cave.
I start floating down.
Yeah, she like pushes you off and you start going down
Sweet.
that way.
Do I add a point to my wild or anything?
Yes, if you or no, not for this one. You did not. You
Okay.
rolled a 2, so you're good.
All right, cool.
So yeah, you begin going down one of these pathways.
All right. And I go, follow me.
I'm gonna cast slime to conjure a small ball of slime,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to apply it to my shoes.
Yeah.
And then if I do, I'm gonna kind of push off the ceiling and try to stick to the ground.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me a wizard check.
A 2.
A 2. You pass. You're fully able to do that. You find your own
I'm
gravity.
gonna stick it to my shoes, push down, and then I'm gonna, okay. Can walk again.
Are you just following down where they went?
Yeah.
All right.
That sounds very dubious of your
Does anything look dangerous or anything around here?
There's nothing dangerous in this cave that you're going down, but I'll say that you do see another coin at the end of this tunnel.
Okay. I would like to use. I think it's harm. I want to cast harm behind me
Uh-huh.
and use it as like to propel myself faster down.
More momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a wizard check for that.
A 9. No, it's 6.
A 6 is a fail. Roll me a consequence for that.
A 4. Yes.
4. So
It wasn't a 1 or a 2.
you unintentionally use wild, and you cast a wild spell of your choice. And I would like you to also add 1 to your wild.
Okay.
So what you go to cast this wizard spell? What happens instead?
Instead, water comes out of my hand. It's like shooting behind me, because it casts like one of my trick water shooting things. I also don't know if we've said what we are. Have we said that?
I
Like
don't
our
know
class?
if we have.
I think we did the top. We can
mentioned
repeat
I
it.
was a
You were a
collector,
collector,
but
yeah.
we'll probably
Okay.
go a little. Go back
I'm
into it.
definitely a wizard, but mostly a magician. And I sprout a little water that comes out from under my sleeve.
Okay.
It's like, oh, wrong force.
You see the council up top kind of tilt their head at that a bit and kind of look around and just slowly shake their head, buying it for now.
Do we want to read off what the class description is?
If you guys want, yeah, that'd probably be good.
Sure.
So I'm a vampire. I'm a blood-sucking creature of the night, anywhere from the spectrum of sparkly to full Dracula. Your spells include transforming into a bat, draining life force, and anything else darkly alluring.
Okay. Spooky.
Spooky.
I'm a collector. I don't cast spells. You just have a collection of magical items. Your inventory grew through great deals, a bit of theft, and plus your deep pockets. So my wild magic items might include like an amulet of protection, a cursed goblet, magic boots, or anything else from ye old fantasy pawn shop.
All right.
And I'm a magician. You're a stage magician with many tricks up your sleeve. You know how to improvise and control an audience's attention. Your spells include
He chose me to
tarot
know.
cards, conjuring, and disappearing items, or anything else Houdini-esque.
All right. So, yes, you use your stage magic to propel yourself up with a little bit of water. And I will say that as you try to do that and fail, Granny, I forget your name again.
Rainy.
Granny, I nailed it.
Nailed it. You really knew where you were at.
Granny, you see the coin as well before he is able to go to grab it. And also, we got a little donation from our friend Asane221 saying, "I cast wild magic. Roll Roll some dice and see what happens, or Corey can choose." So I'm just gonna say, all of you roll me.
We have D20s.
We do have D12. Well, here's what we'll do. 'Cause it'll be. I want you to roll me a wild magic because you had to see this.
Okay.
I want you to roll me a wizard because you just did wild magic inadvertently, and I want you to roll me a wild magic as well as the slime begins to react kind of funky underneath your feet.
Oh gosh.
Another
oh
9.
no. 5, 5, and a 6.
Okay, so all fails.
Thank you. Sane 221.
Do we roll again to see?
Put
how
it in the
feels now?
Discord.
Yes. Now you all roll again and give me the consequence.
3.
I passed. It was a 3.
Is it 3?
Well,
I
3 is a
had 4, yeah.
consequence. So that's
Yes,
still
for the
fair.
consequences here. So both of you got 3s.
I petered out.
You petered out again. You love doing that.
This guy named Peter, he's really getting it today.
So here's what I'll say is, Bryn, add 1 to your wild magic.
Okay. Ooh, we're getting up there, man.
Ratatouille is fine. Ratatouille is vibing mid-air right now. Granny, you, as a bat, see the coin and finally find your center of gravity and begin to freak out and start flying towards it. But you see he's got a little bit of blood on his head. It's kind of hard for you to turn away from.
Scrumptious.
And the council takes note of your stop to admire that. And Marcus, Box Top, Box Top Beady Baby. The slime begins to boil and bubble underneath your feet as it was not intended to be stepped on for this long. And one of your shoes release. Add 1 to your wild as well.
Ugh.
I'm always losing my shoes.
Sweet. I'm just floating in the air, right?
Right.
Is it difficult for me to get to like the branches in the air, or
You're
to,
in a
like,
you're
the
in a
ground?
cave. There's no branches and it's just
okay.
all rocks around you.
Okay, cool. I'd like to Am I floating towards anything, or I'm just?
You're
like, in the
floating
middle?
slowly towards that coin.
Okay, cool. So I need to get closer to something physical. I gotta think now.
Okay.
When-
Or not think.
Or not think.
Or nothing. Yes.
When I got to the like crossroads in the
Mhm.
cave, was there like a hastily made wooden sign on the ground pointing in any directions?
No, but I'll say as you're looking down, you see that the cave they didn't go down seems to have more footstep marks on the ground and more scuff marks on the ceiling as well.
Okay, I'll probably try going down the other cave. that
Okay.
way.
All right. You begin walking down, one step, and then kind of floating and hopping a little like dance that way. And as you step down on the ground, you lose your balance a bit, and as you do, you push your hand into the wall to try to get some mobility, and your hand keeps going into the wall as you've activated a pressure plate.
Oh no.
And you two see where that coin was. Now a fake wall drops down and several holes are in there as a mass amount of spikes have shot out, completely encasing that coin. And it's mere inches away from both of you now.
How big are they?
Massive. One would impale, as a bat, one would impale you entirely. As a human, 3 would impale you, and they're like 6x6 squares of massive spikes.
I love it. This is what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I'm so glad this happened. I transmogrify the spikes into Velcro, and then I'm gonna pull myself on the spike closer to it. So transmogrify, turn a small amount of non-magical material into a slightly different one.
Okay, yeah, give me a wizard spell.
4.
That passes, right, for you?
I'm at. Wait.
Are you at 4?
I'm at 5 for wizard.
Then that passes.
Cool.
That does pass. So you're able to completely transform that into Velcro. What's your maneuver around for this?
How do I make it look?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm using a wizard spell, but I go, sticky, stucky, pulley pokey. Come on, gang, climb aboard.
As you say that, you see the wizards up top just kind of slowly begin to clap as you've recited the correct spell to create something into Velcro. And as you land on it, you collect another one of the coins.
Wonderful. I go, woohoo. I do love in the chat that somebody said, dude in the wizard hat is boss. 2 of us are wearing wizard hats. This is a wizard. Yeah, I agree.
It's to both of you. You know, it's very ambiguous. You just know one of you didn't get a compliment. Technically, two of us didn't get a compliment.
Well, I don't know if it was because of the wizard hat or whatever it is.
Tan hats are not wizard. There you go.
Oh, there are so many people that would disagree with me. Okay.
Well,
I
thank
know
you.
one in this room right now.
Go check out the Discord. Okay.
Well, thank you, Barn. Appreciate that. I'm the boss now.
I've got a coin. Do I see a door to get out of here?
There's no door. This is a complete dead end in this cave.
Okay.
So you'll need to kind of push yourself back to. There's two ways here. There's the one you went and the one he went down.
So as you turn around, you see a very interesting face on Granny. Although it's a bat, so it's hard to tell what her expression is right now. But it's mostly very intent on your face at the moment. You had this before, actually. I've stared at your face a lot recently, apparently. But now it's very intent again.
This is a different squint, Granny. What's going on? I know you want a piece of me, but I'm not sure in what way.
Don't worry about it. Just come back. I'm like further back in the cave, so you're gonna have to come this way, anyways. There's only one way out. There's the pikes, and then the way of me. Okay. So come
I'll
at
go
me.
towards where Beanie Baby Collector is. Yeah. What was your name again?
I was gonna say Cabbage Cat Patch Kids,
Box Top
but
Beanie
you're
Baby.
Box top beanie baby.
I make my way towards Box Top.
All right. You have to pass through the bat. It's a one-way cave
totally
here.
fine.
So as you begin to pass by, what does Granny do here?
As he goes by, I'm just gonna latch on a ride here as I like coat his face, like wings wrapped around the entire hat. But I'm on top of the hat, and it would like slight miscalculation, so I just like munch onto the hat with my like tiny little bat mouth, and just looks like very good leverage on a hat. Hanging on for dear life. May or may not be trying to eat this person, but it looks like I'm just hanging on for dear life.
You hear just slight chomping away at the hat up there as you're floating through.
Okay, yeah, we're on a team. I get it. This is fine. I don't know what you're into, but this is cool with me, Granny. I promise to not tell the husband.
You only hear munching sounds back. There's like...
As you begin to float back and go around to the other corner, back where Box Top Beanie Baby is, you push away from that pressure plate, and from where you are, you don't really hear anything. That just kind of happened.
Okay. I think I'm okay, but now I'm nervous about potential traps. So I want to pull out my my sphere of trap detection.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slightly soft sphere. It's kind of brightly colored, like neon green.
Okay.
And I just kind of throw it at the ground, and it bounces all over the cave as I try to see if I can activate anything before I get there.
You just threw a bouncy ball.
And he's
Yeah,
rolling
It's my
for
magical sphere of trap detection.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a wit bonus on that. roll 2d6, and you'll take the better of them.
That's a 3 and a 6. So
All right.
3.
So 3 for your wild will pass. And what I'll say is, as the ball is bouncing all around, you see that it's hitting a couple other pressure plates, and you two are behind you, seeing more and more spikes shoot out, like a flamethrower comes out and just engulfs part of the cave as you are all just dodging this. And as the ball's bouncing through, you see that there's tripwires through the air too, like there's spider webs, and those activate traps within your own cave that have fully, like, there's crossbows that pop out and shoot out, and there's like a bat of acid that falls down on the ground, and it's all like 30 feet away from you. And as the ball finishes bouncing in the zero gravity area, it just kind of floats in the air. You see that it's deactivated every trap in front of you.
Oh. Okay. I'll slowly start walking forward.
I'll say that after some time, you begin to walk forward, and then you two kind of are able to float and bounce your way in through this tunnel. And as you walk down, you see the door to the next chamber.
But there's a bunch of traps here. Right?
They're deactivated now because his bouncy ball activated them all, and they're done.
They're deactivated.
Yes. So he's cleared the path for you by doing that.
Sweet.
Well, someone clearly... I'll unlatch from the hat for a second. Someone clearly has a lot of time on their hand. Look at the amount of traps in here. This is husband material. This is phenomenal. Which one of you designed this room?
You see the one with the owl just kind of pats the back of his head and looks down a little bit.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I reapply my lipstick.
As the wizard up there is fanning himself a little bit, the owl's like also fanning him. You see the door opens.
Cast a singe.
The door opens up, and you three walk in, and you feel gravity. Gravity's back. Gravity's back. You're on the ground, firmly, not going anywhere again.
Gravity's back, baby.
Gravity's back on the menu. Speaking of menus, you're in a kitchen. You're in a very large kitchen that's got an island in the center of it. There's a wood burning stove. There are like water basins and a large pantry in there. Not only that, there are rabid vermin all over the place. You see possums and raccoons and squirrels all foaming and bats flying around with foam just coming out of their mouth going as they're looking around angrily, and they all look at you. And as they look at you, you also notice it's a little hot in here. The room is actively on fire. And as the flames begin to engulf and the rabid animals are also catching on fire but are just really cool with it and begin charging at you, the moment one begins charging at you, you see several ghost hands pop out and begin floating up as you see the spirits of the undead are looking down at you, as this room is also haunted. So this room is full of vermin, on fire, and haunted. The door is across the room.
I'm going to quickly change back into my granny form. This is the normal state of most kitchens, so I'm going to walk into here very matter of fact and be like, what is going on in here? Why aren't the things in the oven? The oven is on 30 degrees too high. This is outrageous. You guys get your act together, and I'm going to be scolding the undead.
Okay.
And let's see here.
I feel like that would be a wild spell to try to do that.
Oh, that's true. I could do it. I'm down with that.
Unless if you could argue one of these like few wizard spells in here for that, but otherwise that feels pretty wild to me.
Well, I could do a simple illusion, and as I'm walking in, I have my hair kind of up into a bun, and I'll just take out a stick. And it's going to look like a ladle. This is a top-tier illusion, only for the experts. It's going to finish the whole illusion for everyone involved.
Okay.
But I also would take wild magic too. I think that's pretty cool.
I'll give you wizard. I say you argued for it.
Okay. Let's see here. 4, and my wizard is 4.
So that does pass. So add another to your wizard score. And would describe what you do with and how these.
Oh, another 2. I was like, another 2. I'm
another.
offended.
Yeah, sorry. TOO. TO. No W. That's the point.
TW.
Just
TOO.
TO. I'm moving on. So, explain how you handle these ghosts with your illusion ladle.
I'm just like putting them to work, man. I mean, they died in this kitchen for a reason, probably to a very tough taskmaster. I can recreate their life so they are no longer confused as to who they should kill. Honestly, they just gotta get back to work.
You hand out these ladles and the ghosts go, oh, yes, ma'am. As they float over, it's like there's like pots that they begin stirring in, and they're like one goes in the fridge and begins kind of trying to look through. Some are like chopping, looks like just ghost onions as they're dicing away at them.
That's kind of onion right there. Like a ghost pepper, but like different.
It's a spicy onion.
Exactly.
That's a really spicy onion. Sean Evans eats those on Hot Ones. So that you have successfully handled ghosts. You now have fire and rabid vermins running around that are charging you actively.
I take out a little red ball.
Okay.
And then I put it in my hands and I rub it. And then when I open my hands, it's now 5 little red balls. And I go, you wanna play, don't you? And I start throwing them, trying to play fetch with the little vermin.
Yeah, make me wild for that.
5.
5. I'll give you wit bonus because that was genuinely very funny.
A 4.
A 4. Is 4 your wild?
My wild is at 4.
All right, so that passes.
Sweet.
The balls fly into the air. You see the little vermin go, and they stop and see the ball, like the red ball, fly through, and they go, and they all run around trying to get it, and they begin fighting each other for ownership of the ball.
Sweet. But now we're just dealing with the fire.
It's just active fire in here.
Yeah, well, my first thought was also to take care of the vermin, so I'm gonna try to think on the spot as I cast talk while I try to figure out an idea for the fire. I'm going to what do I want to do? I don't think I can fight fire with fire.
You can always fight fire with fire. First of all, there's only so much oxygen in the room. You will eventually win.
That's not a bad idea. I can get rid of all of the oxygen.
There also are I just remember you said in those like the bowls and stuff, there's water.
There's soup in there.
Stirring water, like some kind of liquidy thing that could.
Where did you say the fire was coming out of?
All
Like,
everywhere.
it was
It's
just
on the
everywhere?
ground. It's on the walls, the ceiling.
I feel like it's that meme of like everything is fine.
It's
just
essentially
that room.
Yeah.
it is
Right.
that, yeah. Cartoonish drawn fire as well.
Okay. I'm going to try to cast harm, but just as a way to try to blow air at the fire. It's kind of like fan it out.
All right, give me a wizard check.
A 6.
A 6. Is that fails?
Yes.
All right. Roll me a consequence.
A 2.
Pitter's out.
Literally nothing happens. I tried to cast and nothing happened.
Put your hand out and wave at the fire.
I'm going to frustrate as I see this pathetic. This is not. You're messing with the temperatures, and I'm going to grab the bowl of the pot that's on in front of me. I'm going to, in a rage, turn the soup inside the pot into an acid. And then throw the pot across the room in an absolute rage, and that'll do something. Probably.
Yeah, no, there's something. Give me a wizard for that.
We need flying acid to add to this room.
This room doesn't have enough going
It is
on.
a 2.
A 2?
Yes.
That will pass. This is from Minerva McGonagall. Apologize if I said that wrong. Wizard stat for the wizard in the tan hat with all the hat bling, style for days. So you can add 1 to your wizard stat.
Okay, I'm at 6.
You're at 6. Congratulations. This means you can't cast wizards until you pass a wild magic check.
Great.
In which case, it will go back down to 2.
Awesome.
Oh, you are overfilling with wizard, and your wild magic is.
I want to be
bursting at the
very
seams.
clear. I am a wizard. I'm definitely a wizard. Minerva McGonagall, whoever it was, I'm a wizard. We all know I'm a wizard. I'm definitely a wizard.
So after casting the acid, I also go up to 6. So I think we're at the 6.
Yes, so you
Okay.
both are at 6. If both being at 6 at wizard is fine, but you just can't do any more wizard until you pass a wild magic.
Okay.
So
I'm at 5 wild, so.
you have
it's a good
5.
time.
Yes, you're in dangerous territory.
What happened with yours? You have acid.
Yeah, so
everywhere now?
the acid is flying through the air. You describe what happens with the acid hitting the fire.
Well, since it's a success, which is out, lovely,
Mhm.
great news. This is not at all how this is supposed to be. And I knock off the bowl off of the fire. And it's like a sizzling green, and it'll just kind of spray around, but in a line, and kind of creates a pathway through the room where there's no more fire.
All right, you guys have an acid walkway to get into the chamber.
I know you don't have a shoe right
I
now.
don't want to step on the acid, right? It's just like
Is
a
it better
problem
than
with a new
fire?
problem.
Look, you have shoes on. You should be worrying about the guy that
So-
only has one shoe on.
What's everybody's wild at right now?
5.
4.
Okay,
What are you at?
I'm at 5 as well. I just want to make sure that we aren't all about to hit 6.
We are.
You're close. I won't say you're
You've
far
got
from it.
2 away, which means that we can avoid all being caught. Okay, so if with the acid all over the place now, I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out my powder of neutralization. My neutralization powder.
Yeah.
It's in
Neutralization.
it's in an orange box. It's just like kind of like a white powder, and I'm gonna throw it on the acid, and it'll start to bubble up and just kind of result in water on the ground.
Yeah. Give me a wild for that.
1.
Passes. You see the powder lays all over and just completely eats up the acid. Is what was once what was an acid walkway. It's now just a clean walkway.
But it should be water too, so it should hopefully put out some of the fire.
Yes, there's water, a little wet walkway. I'll put it that way.
So how do we? This is a pause. How do we get the wild magic to go down?
So there's 2 ways for it to go down.
Mm-hmm.
If you use your costuming, and just kind of tell me if you've used your costuming. I've been trying to keep up with it. If I missed it, I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you use your costuming, you can either raise your wizard by 1 or remove a wild point by that way. Or if you hit 6 wild, you have to pass a wizard check, and if you pass the wizard check, then your wild will reset back down to 2.
Okay.
So it's you have to hit the max and then try to reset it, or you can use your props in some ways to lower your wild as well.
Okay.
So my wild is at 6 now, so we just have to be mindful of that.
Okay. And what happens when it's at 6? That just means that.
It means he cannot cast any wild spells. He has to cast wizard spells.
But if we all hit 6, then we get caught.
Okay.
Yes, then you lose.
That's
At the same time.
Yes, you have to all be at 6 at the same time, and then if that happens, the wizard cops come in and arrest
Okay,
you.
so you need to pass a wizard check, is what we're hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
The sane gets it.
So we made it through, right?
You've made it through. You've made it through this chamber, and as you begin to walk through the door and open into the 4th chamber, you have in large bright text above says "Final Chamber." Right as you begin to walk in through a little hallway, you walk into the 4th one.
We didn't look for any coins.
I know. I was thinking.
I have 2, so I'm in the lead. I was fine.
I've been keeping track. As you walk in to this final chamber, you see it is a lavish study with knight armor all around, and there's paintings and there's murals and mirrors and it's a big study. There's a desk with lots of books and there's bookshelves full of knowledge. But not only is that in there, you walk in and you immediately see there's tripwires just all through the air, like just stringing across. Not only that, but the door that you need to get into is 30 feet up the wall. So you will have to ascend somehow. And to add a little more pressure, right in front of that door is a massive spider in its own spiderweb with spiderweb crossing all over it. So it's hard for you to tell what is tripwire, what is spiderweb. And as you're beginning to realize what's happening, all of you step onto one pressure plate that is directly in front of the door with no way of getting around. As it sinks down, the ceiling is beginning to collapse.
I want to use my glitter.
Okay.
And I throw it as high as I can into the air. No, I want to take a little like those little firecracker things
Okay.
that you would have, like little like smoke, like but they're like little firecracker things.
Yeah.
I throw it in the air with it so the glitter goes everywhere, and then whatever the glitter sticks to is going to be the web.
Yeah.
And whatever it doesn't stick to would have been the tripwire.
Yeah.
So now we have an idea of what's a web and what's not.
All right, yeah. Give me a wild for that.
A 4.
4 is a pass.
Okay, cool. And then I used my special prop.
Yes. So you can. So first of all, because you passed, your
My wizard's down to
wizard
2.
goes back down to 2, and you can either add a point to wizard or remove a point from wild because you used your prop.
Okay, I'll remove a point from wild.
All right, there you go.
So I know I'm at 3 wild and 2 wizard.
As this happens, the council was staring down at you pretty intently. But once you did that, and they saw that you casted an amazing spell that was both spectacular to watch and the effect also helped everyone, they go, clap. You see one of them gives like a small thumbs up, like, nice.
I look up at them and I go, get schmucked, and then
They look good, they do this. They all get big thumbs down.
okay.
I'm going to. I have. You notice that I've been wearing a very fashionable belt, and as I do, I'm going to unclasp this off of the outside of this fancy dress, whatever. And it's actually a manacle. In fact, it's a manacle that looks just like this. And instead of using it in the normal fashion of people using manacles,
sure, like being held in prison.
Yeah. As I do, I'll swing it around, and it kind of keeps going. It's actually a very long manacle. And I'm going to have the cuff side out and kind of swing it down, and hopefully it can kind of hit all of these tripwires kind of at the same time, or at least hit the top couple.
Okay.
So maybe
jump back a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe it can trigger some of the ones that are kind of on the upward ascent.
Okay. I'm gonna say give me a wild for that because you're not casting a spell, but you will get your costuming prop reward for that.
Okay, let's see here. That's a 1.
Okay, that passes.
Okay, so if I'm at 5 wild.
Yes. So what will happen now is your wild won't go up because you passed, but you can either, because you use your costume, add a point to wizard or remove a point from wild.
So I can't go to 6 wizard, so I'll go to 4 wild.
Were you at max wild or were you at max wizard before?
I was at max wizard.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
So I'll go to 4 wild, okay.
And because of that, because you passed a wild spell, your wizard goes back down to 2.
Oh.
Yes.
I forgot about that part. This is fancy. I like this a lot.
This is great for you.
This is great news.
So you fling the manacle into the air, and it tears down through a bunch of these tripwires, and you see that as it runs through them, they were connected to the suits of armor that began to slash down and chop with their swords and axes, and you see one of the bookshelves opens up a little bit, and a small poison dart shoots out across through, which bounces off the wall. And as you're doing that, you still see the roof is slowly collapsing. I will remind you, the door is 30 feet in the air, so you've got very limited time to be able to get into that door.
Is it
that is guarded by a giant spider.
Is it collapsing or moving downward?
Moving down.
Okay.
I would like to oh, go ahead.
I want to first cast Transmogrify on the spider to try to turn it into a fly that will get caught in its own web.
All right, yeah, give me a wizard for that.
A 5.
A 5.
And I've got a 5 for wizard.
That passes.
And that'll reset my wild as well.
They've got to be really impressed with that. I'm just saying.
That's
pretty impressive.
They are incredibly impressed for you to transform such a large beast into such a tiny little prey.
It could also be a large fly.
Yeah. Oh. I think that's what it was. It's a large fly.
Okay, you know what? Fine. It's a big fly now. Now there's a large fly trapped and sort of in front of the door that you're trying to get out of. But also reset your stuff if you hadn't already, and yeah. So, yes, there's a fly sitting in the corner going as it's trying to wiggle its way out and get out. What would you guys like to do now?
All right, we gotta figure out how to get up there. I think that's gonna be the problem.
Well, I do have a manacle that could work as if I flew up to the other end of the manacle and tied it to the doorknob. And maybe you guys, are you fit? Can you pull yourself up on the road?
Oh, yeah, sure. I can. I'm not strong. Look, as a magician, as a wizard, very clearly a wizard. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. We don't have to do physical things, right? We use our spells. So I feel like if you're fit and you're a wizard, you're definitely not a wizard. That's all I'm going to say.
I see. So we're going to leave him behind. Are you okay with climbing a rope, or?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta get up. We pass or fail as a team, so.
Oh, right. Well, I suppose I'll try and pull you up or something. I don't know. I'm gonna turn back into a bat.
Okay.
And try and catch the other end of the manacle and fly it up to the top. And can I slime it to the door?
Here's what I'll say: is you'll need to do 2 checks to do that. One for the wild for both the bat and the manacle transformation.
Okay.
And then one other for wizard to try to do the slime.
Okay.
So do the wild first.
Okay, wild is a 3, which I have 4 wild.
So you pass.
So we are flying, and we have a manacle. I said wizard's at 2 right now, so I have to roll really low.
You got this.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. So go ahead and roll me the consequence die.
It's a 3.
It's a 3. You accidentally used wild magic instead at a point to wild.
Oh my gosh, we're getting up to wild again.
So, what happens instead as you try to slime this manacle to the wall?
Well, I just end up putting a lot of slime on the manacle, and the slime is in fact not great conducive for gripping a manacle. So it is a slimed manacle, but it is not very helpful.
You see it sticks to the wall for a second and just slowly slides down, just very pitifully as it hits the ground quietly.
Well, there goes my ideas. I guess we die.
Great. What are the walls made out of?
Walls are made of like large cobblestone.
Okay.
So that you could theoretically try to get some grip in there to climb up if you so choose.
I just thought I'm pretty sure Ratatouille is thinking, and it's very unnerving.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to make you uncomfortable.
He thought of that response.
I want to cast acid on like one stone, so I can have like a better grip.
Okay.
On the wall.
Yeah,
So I can climb up.
very clever. Yeah, give me a wizard spell for that.
Get your dice
I'm
out
sorry.
of
Yeah.
here.
Whoa.
Whoa.
A one.
Oh, you passed perfectly. You're able to acid around and make perfect grips in the wall as you're climbing up.
That's kind of cool. Can I make it so that the acid goes on my hand? So when I grab the wall, it goes in a little bit.
Yeah, that's
So
sick.
it's like, that's really cool. And I go, follow me. I wasn't thinking when I did this because putting acid on my hand is probably not smart.
You see Ratatouille, the man who's never thought, begin slowly climbing up the wall to the door.
Before I try to get up there, I'm gonna pull out my tome of knowledge and turn to page 102.
Okay.
And
Very curious about where this is going.
we're going
Pretty
somewhere.
sure that's page 122.
I'm counting 1 as zeros.
Oh, okay.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah,
There's
oh
a
my gosh.
whole
Wow.
subreddit dedicated to that argument.
Wow.
Oh, 112. Yeah. Who's wasting time? It's fine.
102, 112,
And I start
122.
looking for books on the subject of the Mount Kilimanjaro. And I want to start opening books in that area of the library to
Okay.
see if there are any coins hidden inside them.
We're in a library?
Yeah, well, there's bookshelves with books all over them. I said this.
I missed that part. I thought we were in a giant essential well.
It's a study with armor and stuff.
I'm going to be honest. Was not thinking about it.
That's fair. I can't fault you for that. Yeah. I'll say you find one. Yeah, I'll say you dig through. You're able to find one, and as one pops out, you are now both tied for coins.
Okay. Is there anything actually, like, is there anything preventing me from just standing below the door and waiting for the room to just kind of close as I just like kind of walk through the door?
The
Like,
door's not
The
coming
door.
down
The door is
as
30
well.
feet in the sky.
The
It's
door
not-
is staying up, but the ceiling is coming down.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got it.
It's not pushing the door with it.
Okay.
It's not clipping with it.
In that case, I have to cast Wild Magic. So I'm going to, again, reach into my bag, and I'm going to cast, like, I don't know if Mage Hand is the right word, but, you know, my arm stretches out to grab the top, but it comes in the form as, like, a kind of, like, metal hand. It kind of, like, has, like, the fingers all pronged out as I try to, like,
I
reach
think
up
it
and
should
grab
just
the top.
be your arm.
It kind of...
Your
Well,
arm
my arm
just
stretches up, but it
stretches.
looks like a rope.
It would.
Try to like throw it up and kind of catch on the inside of the door to pull myself up.
All right, yeah. You
That's
grapple
a
with
3,
this.
so that fails because my wild magic
But you did
reset
use
to
your
2.
book. Oh.
The wild magic. Oh, you did use your book. Oh yeah. You know what? You can. I'll say with that you can either add a point to wizard or remove one from wild if you want for your book that you used a minute ago.
Well, I can't do that. So I mean, I
negates
could,
it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you as you
But can I add to wild?
you can you add to wizard or remove
Okay.
from wild.
Then my wild magic fails. I missed.
as the
Oh, I guess I got to roll for that too.
oh yeah, roll the consequence.
A 3.
3. Now you add to wild. As you pull it up, this comes with a negative side effect. So as you throw the grappling hook up, you latch it into, instead of the door, the back of Ratatouille and pull him down with you. So you and Ratatouille are on the ground.
He's pissed.
It's a negative side effect for who?
The party. You all get bad.
We're not partying right now. I go, come on, man.
Well,
We gotta succeed as a team.
I have a great idea. In fact, I get the my fancy little manacle here. Get the end of it. Swing it around on the. I'm going to, as a bat, sit on the back of this fly.
Okay.
Swing it around
It freaks out.
as a bit, and I'll be like, "Hiya!" And I'm going to ride this fly, ride or die, down to go pick up my companions.
Trying to like lasso it in.
And we are going to have a fly mount now.
That is a wild spell if I've ever heard one.
I hate that didn't occur to me the same.
I'm pretty sure-
the sticky hand is so much better.
Isn't that how Gandalf got off that giant tower? Was he just
Yes.
lassoed a fly?
Yeah, he flew
We
away.
all know that.
That was
Why didn't the giant flies just bring them to Mordor?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How's it
I've always wondered that.
yeah.
So that is a 4, and my wild is currently 5.
So you succeed as you pull on the reins of the fly and it goes as it flies down to scoop these two up. I'm gonna say, here's what I'll say: is
Okay.
you're able to scoop. The door is beginning to get covered by the ceiling. I will need you 3 to all make me a wild check to try to be able to. I'll need at least 2 out of 3 of you to pass to be able to get into the door.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Nice.
Good.
Oh, I got 4.
That's bad.
Yep.
Okay.
It's up to you.
A 4.
Is it a pass or a fail?
That's a pass.
That's a pass. Oh,
Look, I'm determined. I have my own little fly mount now.
you see the grappling hook behind Box Top Beanie Baby is latched into one of the hand molds on the rock, and it pulls on the entire fly for a moment. But you as a bat are able to swoop down, gnaw through the rope really quick, and get shot out.
I gnawed through your hand. I'm pretty sure. Isn't that what it is?
Well, then, yeah, it was
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. I'll heal myself. Don't worry.
You gnaw through his
It was
I'm-
my real hand.
I'm also well fed now. This is a great time.
You shoot through, and as you 3 fly into the sky, you see the entire Colosseum going crazy as the 3 Grand Wizards at the top have given thumbs up and are standing and clapping as you 3 have successfully passed Wizard certification.
Can I fly over to the one with the owl? Can I talk him up a little bit, or like?
Yeah, you absolutely can. You fly over. These 2 are still there. You fly over, and you. What do you say to this guy?
So, how's it feeling? You free later tonight?
I believe me and my wife are.
Do you want to build some booby traps in my house?
You know how to tease a wizard. With a good time, young lady. As he climbs onto the fly, and you all begin doing victory laps around the Colosseum.
I like how the rooms were illusion magic,
Yep.
but the fly was real.
it was the actual spider.
The spider was real. Right.
You 3 begin flying around, doing victory laps as everyone's cheering, and you see on a giant jumbotron pop up your images that says "certificate approved" for all 3 of you, as you are now officially, definitely wizards.
I can't believe we passed.
I told you everything would be fine. Okay, did you think it all? I don't think so.
So I'm concerned as to what kind of finale is going to happen when we realize that we have a tie in coins. Is this like a knockout, or is this, how does this
Sudden
work
death.
exactly?
You see the wizard that is sitting on the fly with you, kind of holding around your little bat shoulders, and goes, "Excellent point. Bring it down for a second." And as you all get on the ground, he looks at you 2, goes, "You 2, wizard duel, right now.
Oh, yeah, who are we fighting? Who are we taking
Each
on?
other."
Oh no, we're a party.
Nope.
We fight other things.
Assessment is over. Now you
fight-
2 are mortal enemies.
I go. I'm going to saw you in half. But you're going to be fine.
Not if I make you disappear first, but it's okay. You'll also just be fine. You'll just kind of, leave.
I will want you both to make me wild magic checks as you attempt to use your skills to best the other one in some way.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
I reach into my bag and pull out like a small, kind of like a small sphere again, and I throw it on the ground to try to cast smoke as you disappear. I got a 2.
Is that pass?
Yeah, that
Do
also passes.
you both pass?
Yeah, my wild's at a 3.
All right. So what are you trying to do to magician him to win?
Oh, I was
Gonna put it on a table and saw him in half.
put my table saw in half.
Like, straight up.
You begin unfolding the table that you've had with you this whole time.
I find a table that's there. I feel like there's no table on me, but I do have a saw. I do have, but this is my special saw that doesn't actually kill you.
As you begin to pull out a saw, and before you can realize what you said with the not kill you part, smoke bombs. It's completely just poof.
I go bah, and then I take glitter and I throw that as well.
And the wizard.
We did the same thing.
the wizard goes, interesting. And then you both, okay, I know what to do. And he reaches in, like he's got like a large like sleeve on him. He reaches in and he grabs out a little coupon to Wizard TGI Fridays. And he goes, I know exactly what to do here. And he rips it in half and hands it to both of you and goes, this is for you two.
It's ripped now. It's no good.
No,
we all know this. You don't cut the baby in half, really.
This is another test, obviously. So it's like we'll come together, and then I'll cast mending as I pull out like a small magical, like clear strip.
Or maybe you're supposed to go to
Stick 'em
TGI
together.
Fridays together.
Yeah, we'll fix it and we can go together.
Okay.
TGI Fridays, everybody. As he says that, the entire audience roars again at the mention of TGI Fridays. And you three have successfully passed your wizard certification.
We graduated. I throw my hats up in the air.
Wizard hats are flying in the air. Well,
We are the best.
you guys are wizards now. Congratulations. Always have been, always will be. Wizards.
There was no doubt, but now we're official. We're licensed.
Yes, this is the kind of people we want protecting our society. Actually, nobody said wizards protect anything, so we're just happen to be wizards.
When do I get my badge and wizard gun?
Well,
Sweet.
Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to take a small 10-minute break, and we're going to come back a little bit, just kind of chit-chat about everything, talk with Jon a bit, tear him apart about wizards and what he does in real life.
You're gonna be torn apart.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Not
This is
lethal.
great.
But yeah, we'll be right back in a few minutes. See you guys in a bit.
Welcome to Undeniably Good Time, UGT. We're going to be playing a game with you today. All right. It's definitely wizards. So we got 3 people here that are going to be playing wizards, and they got to make it through some challenges using some wizard spells and some wild spells. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. First, we have Marcus.
I'm Marcus. I'm playing a muscle magic wizard. His name is The Mineral.
Whoa. Mineral.
I use muscle for my magic.
Oh wait, I'm just looking at the paper here. I don't even know all of the things. Let's see here.
I'm just like incredibly jacked. With the right emotional provocation, my strength grows beyond belief. One might say that no one likes you when you're angry.
Next, we have Bryn.
Hello, my name is Bryn. I am 2 familiars in a trench coat. In fact, I'm two familiars in a wizard's hat. You may find this out sooner or later, but there's actually just 2 snakes under this hat, controlling every move that I make at all times.
I love it. It's like the lizard.
Yeah, that's always what I've said.
Snakes are like lizards. I don't think people get it. All right, Corey. Right?
Yes. I'm Corey, and I am playing a. I totally knew what I was going to do before I said my name. Elemental Blood wizard, 100% a wizard. And I'm Elemental Blood. My name is Barry Benson.
Barry Benson.
Barry Benson.
I love it. Barry Benson. And my name is John. I will be running this campaign for us today. This is the first time we've ever done this. Ever.
We've not done it once.
And I also just decided to do this now, so I have no idea what I'm doing, which is always the best way to play D&D. And I keep forgetting that that's my camera. Cool. All right. So you three are on this magical planet called Earth, okay? Full with wonder and love and all the great things that make the world wonderful, right? And on this small island in the middle of the Pacific is where people go to learn and study magic. Now, the three of you have passed all of your written tests. Okay, you've studied for hours, studied for days. You've passed your written test. You've passed your oral exams. Okay, you've stood in front of the smartest people and wizards while they asked you questions, and you petered back the answer to them. Okay, peppered back the answer to them. That makes more sense. I got an English degree. Okay, and now it is time for your practical exams, your practicums. You're going to get out there and you're going to go through some trials. And the three of you show up at this beautiful giant coliseum, and you're all standing around, and they read out the names for who's going to be on what team. And the first team is Team 1. It's Snaggletooth, Hound's Breath, and Dino. Team 2 is you. Your Team 2.
Sick.
Okay.
Snaggletooth, Hound Breath, and Dino, they go in first into the Coliseum while the three of you stand outside. And this is a chance for you to talk, get to know each other while the first team is going.
Are you guys confident in your ability to succeed?
Oh yeah, I'm more than confident. We can do this through sheer strength.
Oh, I'm gonna lose. Are you confident?
Barry slicks his hair back and he goes, I've never been more confident about anything in my life than this moment.
I like being on this team. I'm going to follow you guys.
It's okay, we'll carry you through this.
We've got
We need
this,
to.
brother. And he goes for the predator handshake for you.
We got it, brother.
While you three are doing that, there's somebody over on a soapbox just preaching about stoicism. Nobody knows what he's saying
I don't know
or
the
wants
meaning
to
of the
listen
word.
to him. He's just telling people not to think. It's really weird. There's a bat flying around, and there's somebody else with a large briefcase that keeps trying to get people to look in it at his wares, and it's creeping everybody out. They go, okay, and then you hear over the announcers, okay, Team 1 is done. And you see three people walk out, but it's just their whole body is burnt to a crisp. They've just got like black char all over them, and they're walking out fine. But this is now what they look like the rest of their life.
Wow, they're horribly disfigured.
All right.
It's so sad.
Somebody walks over to you. It's a little green goblin looking thing, and he goes, "The three of you. Your Team 2, time for your trials." Do you say anything to him?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go goblin mode.
That's horrible to say to that man. You should have greatly apologized for what you just said.
That was very rude.
See?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought my strength would make it okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, the three of you are not going to pass this. So if you want to leave now, this is your chance.
I'd kind of like to leave.
No. And I grab her by the arm and I go, no, we're going to make it.
You push me out of the way, and you walk towards the Coliseum doors. And there's these giant, large metal spikes coming down on the ground. Or not metal spikes, like a great gate.
Gotcha.
And the gate opens, and you walk through it. And you're in the middle of this screaming, cheering crowd in this giant sand pit. and they're all disappointed you're here.
Wow, it's just like home.
And there's 3 people on a council, and then one with a bird, and next to him is somebody riding a spider. And they look down and he goes, "It is now time for your first trial." And he takes a wand down, waves it, pokes it into the sky, and the world changes around you, and it's illusion magic that changes you, like where you are. If you think about it, it's like Star Trek, the simulator,
The holodeck.
the holodeck in Star Trek. It's like that.
We're nerds.
And you show up, and you're at a busy intersection. You're standing on one side of the street, and there's cars going by incredibly fast. There is a stoplight, and but it's just green right now. And it's like a 4-way. So you're at like the corner of it, and cars are whizzing by and everything like that. There's on the other side, there's a family of tourists that are just wearing Disney World clothes, trying to ask people for directions. It looks like on the other, that's like on the other side. If you're on the 4 corners, right? On another corner is a kid selling lemonade, and by you, patiently waiting at the crosswalk, is an old lady with a walker. And it over the PA, and then I guess like on the other side, a door appears. We'll do that again. A door appears on the other side of the street, and it says "Come." It says "Exit" just there.
Yeah, I look at the grandma and I go, "Do you need to go to that exit?"
Yes, dearie. I need to get across the street. Can you help me?
Okay. Are you guys thirsty for lemonade or anything?
I could use some lemonade, but I am very concerned about roads because they kill lots of snakes.
I've got a big thirst.
Yes, you do, sweetie.
And she like touches your arm.
Oh.
You remind me of my grandson.
Oh.
Oh.
He was a cute boy.
So if we push the grandmother into the road, it would slow down traffic.
I feel like that might be the wrong direction. She said she wants to go to the exit door.
But we could get there faster if she was in the road.
You said the child selling lemonade is like on the side of the road, right? Like on the sidewalk, basically.
Yeah, you could like walk across it.
I want to cast Transmogrify on the child and lemonade stand and turn them into a stop sign.
You want to change the kid
Yeah.
into a stop sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So-
the kid and the lemonade stand are one entity, right?
So
it's more- yeah.
transmogrified changes the texture of something, right?
Yeah.
There's
So
a small-
do you want to make like that would make it? You want to turn his skin into metal? Is that what you're trying to do?
I think he means simple illusion, maybe?
Yeah, I think like simple illusion might be more.
Oh yeah, simple illusion. Yeah,
You
yeah.
want-
That's what I meant.
I really like the transmogrify thing,
I do.
but I guess
It's cool.
Yeah, I can
It's
read.
not what we're
It's a
doing.
little horrific.
My strength is in muscle, not reading.
You're gonna make a great wizard, buddy.
I know. I'm already a great wizard.
I don't think the
Wizard.
3 of you are gonna pass.
I got a 3.
Great. I think that's equal, so you're good.
Yes.
we all start with 3.
Yeah, we're
at
all 3 in.
We're at 3.
Great. The kid turns
first
into a stop sign, and so like a car just slams on the brakes and gets rear-ended incredibly hard, and now there's just like one fender bender on the side, and that's it.
I would like to. Is the fender bender in the walkway?
It's the closest side to you guys too.
Okay. I would like to use some of my earth bending magic to move the asphalt, so just all of the asphalt down just a little bit, so that it moves. The cars move down the road away from us.
And like only the people closest can see it because it's a very blurry stop sign. So like only the cars that are closest up to that side of the road
They're out of the loading distance. They're on the
see
right
it.
chunk.
The other side, it's like it's vague.
They
It's
should
very
just
vague.
see red in though.
Yeah, but not that far off of the streets. Great. So you move the cars out of the way.
Yes, I would
by
like to-
moving the asphalt underneath.
Yes, I'd like to try to do that.
Roll your wild.
Wild.
I got this.
Yeah, I knew you did. And I got a 3, so I passed it.
There. Great. You move those cars out of the way. And like that first lane is done, but there's 2 more lanes of cars just going by.
So I'm going to. Well, I think that. Let's see. And I'm going to point at like a ways down, and I'm going at one of the cars on the oncoming traffic, and I'm going to cast Slowish Fall, so that maybe I won't break my legs as I walk past them.
So you're gonna walk across the street.
Yes.
And if a car hits you, you're gonna slowly come to the ground.
They're gonna slowly hit me.
Okay,
But
so you're
I'll
trying
be-
to slow
but
the.
they'll be-
car.
Yeah, I'm
You're trying to
slowing
slow
the
the-
cars down
Are you
so
trying to
that
cast this on a
maybe-
bunch of cars or just one car?
one car in the distance that I'm timing very well.
Okay. Great.
So maybe now you won't break your legs is the spell. So I'm counting that it maybe works both ways.
Sure.
Is what I'm thinking.
Roll.
Let's see here. 3. That's a success.
It's a success. A car down in the distance starts slowing down,
So,
and
like,
the car
deflating
behind it is
tires.
just honking and slowing down
biting
with
you.
it, which is nice. So you have a lot of time until like that car gets there, and so there's a big stretch. There's one more lane that you have to worry about.
Can I wave down? There's that family. So the Disney family's on the other side,
Yeah.
right? Okay. I feel like we could use them to our benefit. I'll lift my hat and have a snake. This is the snake from that movie in Disney. And, do you want his autograph? Come now, or he's leaving.
They go, is that the Jungle Book one? Or the one from is that the live action one, or is that the bad guy from Harry Potter?
He played all of them. He's famous. Do you want an autograph or not?
Yeah. Also, do you know where Disney World is?
On this side of the road.
It's on that side of the road.
Yeah.
Okay. And the kids go, oh my goodness, and a kid runs into the street. Gets hit by a car, and then the car stops and gets out and helps the kid.
I'm gonna start booking it.
Yes.
I would like to start pushing the granny a little faster across the road, going, "Oh, come on, Grandma, it's time to get moving."
That little boy looks like he needs some help.
Yeah, that's a later issue for later. Once you're through a door.
Okay.
Because when you move the asphalt, it's all like messed up right there. Her sort of walker isn't actually going through the street.
Oh, I bungled this one.
I just try to pick her up and carry her on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I got 5.
Oh,
So that
just
doesn't
used
pass. So
muscle.
I gotta see how I fail. I got a 5. This is gonna fail badly.
So the rule, I gotta do better at this part.
The spell fails dramatically. Describe the outcome. So I try to pick her up and put her on my shoulder, but I put her a little too hard and her hip breaks.
Oh.
And I just set her back down. It's like, you know what? I shouldn't be carrying grandmas.
Oh, you're just like my grandkid. He broke my hip too.
your great kid is weird.
I slipped in the shower and he wouldn't help me.
What?
I slipped in the shower and he wouldn't help me.
No, I heard. I'm in disbelief. You've got such a bad home life.
He said I look bad naked. That's why he wouldn't help me.
Well, I could use singe on all of the bodies, and then it would be better for when we left. Nobody would know.
You want to singe all of...
Hang on, before you melt flesh, we already turned a kid into a stop sign.
Tell me, who are you? All you have to do is get across the street.
Oh, right. I forgot the end game.
And the
I guess I
audience
should
definitely
keep-
won't know either.
And if you can get the granny, like the granny wanted help across the street, whatever it is, right?
I would like to try to cast Frost Snip to like it shoots out a cold breeze, so like it to like a kite almost push her across, or beginning to push her across the road.
Okay. Yeah. Roll your dice.
Have
Let's see how
legs. She's just
successful
gonna
it
be
is.
like sliding.
She's
on
got the
road.
walker, so she's moving. It tilts up a little bit and moves that way. It's an underbreeze.
I like it.
And I
She's got a big moo on, so it's almost like a kite.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
Poofs up like Princess Peach in Smash Bros. I got a 1, so I do pass on that.
Pass. You go to cast like the thing, and you cast it a lot stronger than you thought you would, and she just and gets carried to the other side. She is coming down a little fast. So if you want, and she does have a broken hip.
Well, then it doesn't matter at that point. It's already broken.
Sure. If you want to help, you can try to like help her. If not, she's gonna land and probably break her other hip.
I feel bad, so I'll try to go and catch her.
Okay, sure.
I fail again. We'll see how bad it
You
is.
just skipped leg day or something.
Okay, it's a 4, so it's still all right. The spell works but with a negative side effect, so I catch her but squeeze a little too hard again.
Yeah, so you catch her successfully, right? But then you break her leg. Great. All right. So I guess the three of you are on the other side of the street.
Yeah, I'd be walking. I step over the kid.
Holding
hit
a
by the
partially
car.
paralyzed grandmother. Okay. You can walk through the door unless there's anything else you want to do.
If I stop on this side, the parents of the kid, can I like try and pickpocket under them to see if they have a coin?
You want to try to pickpocket?
Well, they're distracted.
Yeah, they're trying to keep their. All right, yeah, go for it.
They're prime targets, really. Tourists, they're easy to pickpocket.
And when you catch Granny, a little coin pops out.
Oh, we did. Oh no! I'm sorry about that.
That's a 3. Is that a wild magic to pickpocket?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a 3, so I do pass.
Sweet. You pickpocket the parent, and you. Let's see, what could you find?
Chapstick.
You find like his like autograph book for Disney on one part, and then you also find like a little potion in it, a little love potion container.
Ooh, this is great news. On the autograph, I'll as the snake that I pulled out of my hat, I'll just like he'll bite the bottom of the book, so there's 2 little holes, and that's it. And I close the book and I hand it back, and then I'm going to walk away with the love potion.
Okay, great.
I step over the kid and I go, "Don't touch me," and I walk through the door.
Okay, cool. Great. You walk through the door.
We're great people, except for this one, who's actually a good person apparently.
I love it. So you succeed.
We succeeded!
We did it!
Yay!
That was a clean victory for us. Team 2.
The illusion disappears, and you hear like a roaring crowd with cheers and applause.
God, we've earned
for
this.
what you did. Great. Is there anything you want to say to the crowd or anything before your next trial, or like talk amongst yourselves or anything?
We're the best wizards.
Oh my God, I'm flipping everyone off. I'm giving them all the bird.
This worked out very well. We should continue with this success rate.
All right. The next wizard in line goes. Now it's my turn. Bippity boppity. Oops. I got thee. And then does a little thing with his wand, and an illusion appears again. And you're in a giant. You're in a giant field with like trees and stuff like that everywhere. And there's little butterflies going by, giving you butterfly kisses, and little lights like going through the air like magic and stuff like that. And in front of you is 2 doors, and there's a person standing in front of each one, and they go, one of us is telling the truth and the other one isn't.
I walk up to the one on the left door,
Okay.
and I'm going to, this will be wild magic. I would like to cast, just engulf him in flames entirely.
The one on the left, you want to just
Engulf in
catch him on
flames.
fire. Love it. Yeah, that's what I would have done too.
So I will do that. I get a 4, so I fail that. So let me roll the consequence.
Was that a wild magic?
That was a wild magic, so I will fail. I'll get a wild magic. Spell fails dramatically. Describe the outcome and add 1. So I'm now at 4 wild magic. I imagine the flames. I try to like erupt him into flames, like engulfing his body fully. But I am concentrating on his form too much, and the flames erupt, but they just go around him, and they don't touch him in the slightest, and then they go back down, and he's just fine.
Yeah, he doesn't move at all. Very stoic. He's just standing there, no expression or anything.
Okay.
Did you nearly get burned? I asked him.
One of us is telling one of these doors is the right door.
Oh, it's the door on the right.
Why?
Because
Oh, it's the
we're
right
looking for
door.
the right door, not the correct door.
I look at the one standing for the right. Is he telling you the truth?
Is who telling the truth?
My muscle friend.
I don't know. Is he a liar? Is he?
Are you a liar? I think I'm confused. I think I lost the plot.
I'm just gonna stare deeply at the one on the right and try to cast Hunch to see if he wants to lie to me.
Okay,
I got a 3, so that passes.
great. So you want to know if he wants to lie to you or not?
Yeah.
He has no thoughts. He is just an illusion person that's just told to stand in front of a door.
This is like that Ratatouille guy.
I've heard of him.
I agree. I like the theory that I think we should go through the right door. I think that's a great reasoning to me.
I tried already and I failed, so I've got no
I mean,
reason.
I'll try again if we need to.
Okay.
I've got other ideas.
Okay.
Okay. Can I cast shield on myself as I walk through the right door?
Sure. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm gonna try and cast shield. I fail. That was a 5 on the die. Which is that good? No, that's not wild magic. So 5 on the die. That does not work. But the idea in my head probably is that it still works. So I'm still gonna try and go through the right door.
You do still roll for the consequence for that.
Oh, I do. Okay. 1. It peters out.
That's exactly what you described.
Okay, excellent. So I will try and go through the door on the right.
Okay, great. You go through the door on the right. Does anybody else go with her?
I'm gonna try something else to start to see which one is the
Okay,
telling
sure.
the truth.
You go through the door on the right, and the door closes behind you.
I go up and try to give the guy on the right a high five really, really hard.
Okay.
And I'm going to then ask him, did that hurt?
He doesn't raise his hand.
I'm going to punch him. And then I'm going to ask, did that hurt?
Okay.
That's a 6. I failed. Let's
These
see how
guys
badly I
are
punch.
really like easy to maneuver.
A 6.
Oh,
It fails
you
really
failed
badly.
Really badly.
I punch him through the door.
Sure. Yeah. This is the door on the right or the door on the left?
The right.
Yeah. You punch him. He hits the door. The door opens. He goes into the door. He goes through the other side, and then the door closes behind him.
Did he look scared when he went in? Did he look like I shouldn't be in this door?
He was incredibly stoic.
He's incredible.
Incredibly
Okay, I look at the other guy that's standing there, and I go, am I confused? Is this the guy? Are you one of you telling the truth, or one of you telling a lie? Or are you guys just standing in front of doors?
We're just standing in front of doors.
What? Okay.
Everybody knows that riddle. That one doesn't work anymore. We were just hired here to stand. We were just created to stand in front of the door.
And how do you feel about that?
It doesn't really matter because after you're done with this one, we just disappear.
So you're
we're
cool.
not real.
Your goal is just ceasing.
I don't really get a lot of an option. I don't get an option in it.
The fact that you're chill with that is incredible, and I'm
Yeah.
proud of you.
You just gotta deal with the circumstances your life gives.
I'm
you.
gonna go through your door. I walk through his door.
You go through his door, and you get to the other side, and the door closes behind you. The illusion disappears. Oh wait, you're still on the other side.
I'm just going to follow.
So you're gonna go through one of the doors too.
Yeah, because we can't really split up. We got to win as a
You went
team.
through the
So
left,
I went through the other door.
right.
I did split up.
how far apart are both the doors?
They're like 20 feet apart.
Can you lift the door and bring it through the other door?
Can I lift this?
You can't lift. You can try. I don't know. We'll see what the dice
Lift
say if
the
you can lift it
door.
or not.
Create a inverse pocket dimension that will explode on itself.
Well,
Lots of thinking happening over here.
yep.
Should be disapproved.
Well, I need to cast the regular thing, so I'm going to cast.
Oh, are you full on wild magic?
Yes.
Oh, dang.
failed
wow,
wild
that
that
was
much?
a lot.
Yeah, I failed a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, keep going.
No wonder he can't lift the door.
Yeah, seriously.
You do have props, so you can try to use one.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my my magical amulet prop, which is kind of in the form of like it's an amulet. It's on my belt. It's like big and kind of metallic looking.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to just kind of concentrate on it and kind of like swing toward both door and just kind of see if I get a vibe.
Sure.
From just like if the amulet like heats up or something.
It's like a hunch or something for this. Okay, cool. But you're using your amulet to try to decide which direction to go to. Sure. Yeah.
That's a 4. That succeeds.
Nice.
You know exactly who went in which door.
I'm gonna go through the right door.
You go through the right door. You get to the side, and the door slams behind you, and the illusion disappears. Then you're both on the now. All of you are on the other side, and you're back in the Coliseum. It did not matter which door you went through. But
I don't understand you, wizards. I don't get your games.
But Corey, you're on one side of the Coliseum. And the two of you are on the other side of the Coliseum. Okay, and then it goes. Oh, it took you. The next wizard goes. It took you so long to get through this. You could just go through any door together, and you would have been fine. But the two of you, your party split up, and didn't go through it together. So now you have a third trial.
That's okay. Oh, my bad.
Now here's the third trial, and then the illusion comes back, and now I gotta think of what it is. It's literally no prep.
As the illusion's going up, I want to get these two together and make huddle. Go huddle up, and I put all of our heads together.
They're on the other side.
Oh, you're on the other
You're
side.
nowhere near. Yeah, if you think about like the Coliseum in Rome, you're literally on the other side.
Okay, never mind.
You can try to run to them.
You make a minor illusion of it.
That's what I do. Is I go, wait a second. I run, and as I'm running, I go, huddle with me.
You start running towards them. And the illusion comes back as the person goes, and
He's speaking Italian.
and the world goes gray and dark, and clouds come, and thunder and lightning starts to make explosions in the sky, and a large mountain starts erupting from the bottom of the Coliseum underneath your feet, as you're you're running to them, and you're just slowly seeing this mountain form, and you start running up it a little bit. And you guys see it too. And at the very top is a red flag, and it goes, we're in a door, and it goes, whoever gets there first passes. Whichever team gets there first passes. The other team fails.
We're all on one team.
Not you split up. Now you're not on team anymore.
Oh, damn it. I bungled this one.
Okay, well, I can climb on his back over here, because I'm very slow. And actually, in my familiar snakes are also very slow. But I'll cast a simple illusion on the other pathway for this man. And I'm going to cast it and change a simple illusion. It's going to be like a mirror off into the distance, just a little ways off of the path, but maybe it'll be enough to get him to be distracted by the opportunity to go and look in a mirror.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's see if that happens.
It does not. In fact, it is a 5.
All right, how bad is it?
Let's see here. 3.
3. So, and that was a wizard spell.
Wizard spell. So does my wild goes up?
Yeah, you unintentionally use wild magic and cast a wild spell of your choice. Proceed as if this was a success, but add a 1 to wild.
Okay. So this is a success, but it's really just you just hear a snake in the grass calling you very handsome, and it's enthralling. This is something that you like to hear. So instead of a mirror, you just hear like, "Oh, you're so handsome. Oh yes, this is great. You should come stop by."
I bend down and I go, biblically, I shouldn't listen to you. but God, it feels so right. As I pet the snake.
Great. So you're now behind. You're now behind.
After a moment
But
of
half of you is also behind.
Oh, I
Right?
left one
'Cause-
of. Oh, I left the.
Well,
the
like he
two-
can't. Like if he's petting the physical snake, right?
Right. I was planning on having it a mirror and then just having an illusion of like a hiss or whatever in the bushes. But I can also leave
But
my
it's
snake
wild
behind. That's fine
magic.
too.
You're
That's
using
true.
wild magic instead.
Okay. Yeah.
So half
It's
of
okay.
you is also behind.
Yeah. Well, we've already split up already. I can get more snake eggs.
after a moment, I'll go. I know this snake. I'm being duped. And I would like to use my prop and pull out my fake wand, and I just go levitate. And point it at myself, and then I'm going to use my wild magic and try to use fire shooting out of my hands, like Iron Man style, to start flying up the mountain.
Sweet.
Can I have the snake bite him and latch on?
You can roll to see if that happens.
I fail my thing.
Oh,
so-
well.
Let's see.
I'll
Well,
see.
hold on. Let's see. Let's wait and see.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it might work out that way.
hang on. I got 2. It's a dud.
Okay, so it just doesn't work.
Doesn't
Okay,
work. But
you
I do
might
add
be-
another to wild, and I'm looking rough.
You might be being bitten by a snake. Oh, 1. Oh, it succeeds. One's
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Oh wait, I use my wand.
So that's
thing,
a wild magic. So if I
Yeah.
succeed in wild magic, it goes up. Right?
Wait, you use your wild magic, so if you succeed, it goes up.
So
I
If I get a 1.
I
if you-
realize that technically, I think if you succeed, it doesn't have to go up, but we had been playing it as it goes up.
Oh.
the wild doesn't go up if
Oh,
you
the
if you
wild.
use it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Wizard only goes up if you roll it.
Okay. Okay, so you have a snake companion on your leg.
Okay, that's awesome. To try to fly and just face plant instead.
So we had to get to the flag, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna shout to try to cause an avalanche to get the flag to come down to me.
Okay.
3.
Wow, that's really thinking big brain over here. I like it.
Doesn't work. Consequences. A 3. It works. So the spell works, but with a negative side effect. It starts to collapse and there's an avalanche, but I start getting
There's
hit
an
by a lot
avalanche.
of
Yeah,
rocks.
there's an
Because it's an
avalanche.
avalanche.
Yeah, absolutely. The rocks come tumbling down and start hitting you.
Excuse me, the minerals.
But and the flag has come down the side of the mountain a little bit, and the door has moved.
I would, as I see it beginning to slide, I would like to cast slow-ish fall on it to try to slow down it going down the mountain.
Nice, I like it.
4, it passes,
Great.
Sweet.
and I add 1 to my wizard. So yeah, I stick my hand out and go, stop, you bobbity boo, and it slowly begins to it's sliding down the mountain and then slows down as it's sliding down the mountain.
Nice.
Okay, let's see here. Dang. How am I gonna get? My snake is over next to our former teammate. I don't know how to get my snake back. Can we go kill him and get my snake back?
Brutal.
And
You're gonna
then-
kill him now.
And then we would be the first to the flag and through the door.
We could also just try to get to the flag without killing him. But I guess
my snake.
I want to pick you up and throw you toward your snake.
Oh no!
That worked very well before. That's a 4. It fails once again.
What is your wizard at?
Nothing happens. I just kind of. You're a very tiny snake, and it just kind of slipped out of my hands.
It's just you're still slimy, and it just goes. Okay, great.
I would like to. Okay, I hear the avalanche on the other side of the mountain. So what I would like to do is I begin to walk up or start trying to run up the mountain here. But as I'm doing that, I would like to use my elemental powers to try to cause more of an avalanche at the top. So
You
it's
know
like
what we need? More
so that
avalanche.
there's larger boulders and more amount of snow and whatever coming down on top of them.
To them.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna move the flag and the door.
Can I do
closer
it
to
in
them as
front
well.
of the flag?
Okay.
So it's not. It doesn't move the flag with
All
it.
right, sounds good.
Cool. That's wild, and I'm pretty good at wild right now. Not that good though. I fail at it again. Oof, a rough one. I got a 5 on that one, so
The spell fails
just
dramatically.
dramatically, and I had 1 to wild.
Describe the.
Exactly what we said a moment ago is the avalanche begins to not only move the flag towards them, but move more avalanche to me now. Because I have it coming towards me, and I go, oh,
Wait.
very messed up.
Wait, before you throw me, which you have failed, is the end game is to get to the flag, or is it to get to the door?
The door moves with the flag.
Oh, okay.
So as the flag gets closer, the door moves with it.
Excellent. So I'm going
And you're about
to...
20 feet away from it.
Oh, wow. Excellent. This is great news. I am going... Oh, no, this is terrible news. But I've already decided. So I'm going to cast Transmogrify and try and turn the flag into water, and maybe it'll roll towards our direction, because who walks?
Sure. I get
Nobody walks.
In this economy?
So let's see here. Oh, it's a success, a 3 on the die. Let's see here. Am I supposed to roll something else?
No, this would succeed.
Okay.
You succeed, right?
So it turns into water. Whether or not it rolls towards us or runs towards us is debatable, because it's going to the ground.
Yeah. It turns into water and like slowly starts to like come towards you. It's like there's like a lot of rocks and stuff, so it's having to like navigate. It's like Plinko trying to get to you.
It's a pachinko machine.
Yeah.
Excellent. So now we just have to sit here and wait.
Great.
While I wait for my snake to come back over from Corey's side of the mountain as well. How far away is Barry Benson?
Yeah.
You are like you're 4 points away. So like you're like 40 feet. I should have said yards instead of feet before. But yeah, you're
okay.
like 40 feet. So
I will. Here's what I'll do: is I will use my other item. I have a belt with a lot of pouches on it, and I'm gonna reach into those pouches, and I'm going to get salt out of those, and I'm going to use frost nip again to try to blow the salt onto the snow. And also singe to try to melt the snow a little faster, that I can walk up the mountain easier.
Is there snow?
yeah, I think you casted like snow earlier or something. Right?
I thought there was, when we said avalanche, in my mind that's snow. So
Oh.
that's how that worked for me.
I was thinking like rock slide, but there's
Yeah, I was
snow
thinking
too.
rock
That's
slide,
totally fine. At the top of this mountain was snow.
Okay.
Okay, it's
Because it's
all
cold air
mountain.
at the top.
Yeah.
That's just physics. We all know
I live
this.
in
Yeah.
Florida. Okay, I don't know mountain science.
Great, yeah.
All right, so it's an item, and I'm doing wizard spells with it. 3, I pass on that. So yeah, I imagine I imagine I get to the snow part of this mountaintop, and I melt the remainder of it, so I can just kind of easily walk up to the top of it. And I'm going to remove 1 from wild because
Joke's on you. There's no flag anymore.
I go, what the hell happened? What's going on around here? And yeah, that's it.
Nice.
As you're walking up, you notice that the snake that's latched onto your leg is
I forgot.
going to be spitting, trying to aim at a spot directly where your next step is going to be, and is going to be trying to spit acid over here and make it so that you, or I guess spit slime would be maybe better, to make it so that 1 foot sticks. So you're walking easily now that there's no snow, but
Now there's goop.
maybe there's some goop. It is terrible. It does not work at all. In fact, it's very hard for a snake to spit slime. That's a 6. And that's a 5.
So your wild goes up 1 now.
Okay, so my wild goes up to 6.
And that's the spell fails dramatically.
Yes.
Describe the outcome.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what happens when a snake tries to spit slime, but, it's probably not great for the snake, I would assume.
Yeah, and the snake, like, you get sick. You probably, like, throw up bile instead of slime, and you feel sick. And you also, like, probably unlatch.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause
might
you were
just be
trying
stuck.
to
I might
bite
be
him.
stuck over there.
I'm
now.
free.
So now you're behind.
There's just like a sick snake in the corner over there, just being really sad, like retching.
Yeah.
What a weird little animal.
So now half of you is the farthest away
Right.
from the door.
Right.
Great.
Yep,
I love it.
It's working great.
What wild are you at now? Are you both at?
I'm at 3.
Okay.
He went back all the way down to 2 a while ago.
Oh, right.
What
I
are
was-
you at?
I'm at 4. I was kind of hoping to get out wild you guys. So if you both got to 6, I'd be like, maybe I win by default.
I see. This is big brain over here, metagaming.
I'm going to cast Transmogrify on some of the rocks to try to turn it from rock into foam, like a punching bag, so I can just kind of punch it out of the way and make a path.
Okay. You can easily probably get to the door if you wanted to, but you can do this.
No,
as
we
well.
have
Making
not
it
tried
easier.
walking on this side of the
And I pass.
Great. You did it. The rocks are now soft rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that's easier
That's
to
my
walk
favorite
on.
genre.
Yeah.
Soft rock?
Yeah. Love some Creed.
Look at this fancy quill, by the way. This is
Love it.
very fancy.
It's entirely glass and it stresses me out so much.
All right, you're at the door now. So you can go through it if you want to. You can wait for your teammate. Or you can do anything. So, yeah, who else wants to make attempts to get to the door?
Without the flag, though? Do we have to have a flag?
I mean, I think you had to get to the flag to get to the door, so technically if I got
It's
to
so
the
you
door,
could
got
see
to
it
the
if it
flag.
got into the rocks and stuff.
Oh, I was thinking like.
I also
after
just like the
flag.
visual of a big red flag on the top of a mountain.
Okay.
It's a
I
good
see.
visual.
You got to kind of jump up onto the pole.
I would like to once again try to wild magic and Iron Man fly my way over the rest of the mountain to try to get to the door.
Sweet.
Come on, it's in my favor to roll a good number, so I have to. I don't. I've rolled a 5 every time I've gone to do it.
All right, how bad is it?
Zero consequence.
How bad is it?
It's not good. It's a 4.
Great. So the spell works, but with a negative side effect.
All right. I imagine I fly and I get to like right behind the door, and just completely face plant, and I just am unable to move for like a few minutes. Like I'm stunned.
Yeah.
I'm borderline concussed.
You're like Tony Stark. It's like, great, I can fly now, but I can't land.
Yes.
Great.
It's like Iron Man 3 where there's a kid next to me and everything.
Sweet. So you're at the door. You're dizzy. Half of you is near the door. The other half is not near the door.
I know. Well, and it's a very important half over here. So I am going to let's see here. I think I'm going to make a simple illusion. Make a thing look like something else if you want, and I'm going to simple illusion the door. So it looks less like a door. In fact, it looks like it's a door with a very large lock. And in fact, they should have seen a key on the way up here, but they didn't, so they might have to go look for it.
Okay, so you're putting a lock on the door.
So, let's see here. 4, which succeeds, because my wizard is 5. So, there is... I must have roll again?
You go up 1 wizard, so now
One
you're
wizard.
at 6 for both, which puts you in an
No, this one goes
interesting.
back to 2.
Yeah, that should reset.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So this goes to 6. This one goes back to 2, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. I forgot.
Great.
So yes, now there is the illusion of a lock on the door.
I love it. Great. There's an illusion of a lock on the door. And then what does your snake that's far away do?
Well, after it stops retching, it might slowly start gimping its way towards me
Okay.
in a very sad and depressed manner that's very pitiful.
Great.
I'm going to try to delicately pick the lock by punching.
Great. You're gonna punch the lock over.
Yeah,
I like it.
that fails.
6 on the
How
die.
badly does it fail?
Jeez, we can't get in this door.
4. It succeeds,
I think you
but
can
with a
just-
negative consequence. So I punch I break through the lock, but I also break the door handle.
Yeah.
Oh.
You go to punch the lock, and then you realize as you're punching it, you're like, oh, it's an illusion. And then your hand breaks the doorknob. All right. You like punch the doorknob through, so you could like look through the hole if you wanted to. open the door.
Okay, I'll look through the whole.
It's
door.
just black. It's just abyss.
Oh, okay.
The abyss.
That's an illusion. I forgot.
I think I just am trying to get up.
Yeah,
I'm concussed.
I think
so,
you get up. You're good.
Yeah, that's it. That's kind of all I can do. Well, no, I guess I'll say.
You can get up and you're out the door. You can walk through the door if you want to.
Can I walk through the door that has no door handle?
You just gotta find another way to open the door. You could kick the door.
I cast
Persuade the door to open.
harm on the door
Great.
using wizard, and I try to just burst it open real quick.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
I do.
Oh, nice.
So the door just explodes open, and I just go, "See ya, dweebs!" And I move. I look down my aviators that I've been wearing this whole time as I walk backwards into the door.
You walk backwards through the door. Great. You get to the other side, and the illusion disappears. The three of you come down to the bottom, and they go, I've never seen somebody bail on a team so quickly and without any heart. We saw what you did to the granny, that and the little kid. You didn't even go bother to help the one that was selling lemonade. Like at this busy, we didn't even give directions to Disney World for these kids. All of you fail.
I didn't know there were ethics involved in being wizards.
All of you fail. You have to pass as a team. You could have all walked through the door together. It was an option.
Look, we thought about it. We just didn't want to.
And they go, but we're not going to do what we normally do to people that fail, which is singe the outside of their body so they have this like crispy, molten outside. We'll let you take this test again another time.
Wow.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I salute.
And then they goes, there was one person that did get a coin. And who was that? Marcus.
I don't think I got a coin.
The coin popped out over the granny's head. Yeah. And they tear a TGI Friday coupon in half and give you half of it.
Wow.
It's like you broke her hip. You got the coin, but she wasn't any better at the end of it.
If you do the test again and break your other hip, you get the other half of the coupon. You have to do it again.
Yeah, I did get a love potion though. So is this a win?
The love potion disappears at the end of the It was an illusion that you could use during the fight.
Darn it.
During the thing.
I was pretty excited about that.
Are you saying love is an illusion too?
Yes, love is an illusion.
Oh my God.
As are all emotions. If you subscribe to the book of Don't Think, then...
I see.
And at that, the three of you are escorted off. The little goblin comes over and like,
Come with me.
and walks you off the side. And then they call group 3. And that's it.
That's it.
Well,
Well, I think we won.
I
I think
feel
we're
like-
the big winners today.
I feel like this is a very yes. We would have been burned if we had lost. So really, I do think we had won.
I literally eat flames for breakfast, so I would have been cool with it.
And we won.
We did it.
Excellent work, guys. Excellent work. Did you realize it was going to be some savagery as going in?
I had a feeling when I put you at a very busy intersection, something
yeah.
not. I was like, I hope they like help the granny across the street. I think that's really funny and fun. And then you tried to just kill everybody.
So I didn't realize when I was making my character that like I was like panicking. Like what kind of animal could be two animals in a trench coat? And I was like, I don't know, snakes. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, pick an animal that you could do things like flight as an owl, or catching mice as a cat, or climbing walls as a spider. And I was like, dang, I really didn't think
some of the hardest animals to like put on top of each other in a trench coat.
So I had snake, and I was like, okay, well, I guess snakes are like devious and emotionless, so I guess that's what we're going with.
That's great.
It worked.
It worked.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for playing. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm glad.
Yes, thank you
that
for
happened.
Yes.
Thank you for coming
Good
by.
job.
Don't forget to use code UGTS show or how UGTS how
Show, but it's good.
No, it's UGTS how. I don't know what that code is for, but use it. Get in the comments.
Anytime you see a coupon code anywhere, just try it. It'll work.
It's not gonna hurt you. They don't kick you out.
It's bound to work so much.
Yeah. Use that code for things. Get in the comments. Get in the chat. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening over on the Discord right now. The FBI has gotten in there. They're looking for me. NYPD's here. So sorry.
They did just knock, so that's probably them. That's probably for you, John.
Well, that's my mama.
Is there anything I need to do because I'm not a normal host?
Well, if there was a normal host there, they would say if you like the content that we produce, we have other shows as well, such as a show on Saturdays called Strange Aeons, which is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition show. Marcus is on that, and it's spooky, and they go on a boat, and they do scary things on there for this chapter. Every other Thursday, we have a Magic the Gathering show that I host, and no one else is on this show. But there's other people appear on that one.
Corey's just alone playing solitaire with some magic cards.
And I'm softly weeping the whole time.
I've got 4 lands I put on top of each other.
I've got 4 mountains, and they're beautiful, but no one even see it. And if you like the show enough and you want to support us at Patreon or Ko-fi for $5 a month, you get access to our post shows that we do for every show. We're going to kind of record a quick one for this one just to kind of chat a little bit. So hop over there. $5 a month gets you access to everything. You can use code at UGT show or UGT's how at Arcade Forge to get map building tools and kits, at Sirenscape to get sound effects and music. I think we have that one. I know we don't, but you can still do that somewhere. Yeah, that's I think that's everything. Follow us at UGT show on everything, on all social medias. Follow us on TikTok before it gets banned. And yeah, we won't be back next week for this, but we'll be around. So thanks for watching, guys. It's fun. Thank you, John, for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was a blast. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, remind them what's the name of the person who made this.
Oh, I have it written on
Elliot.
the GM sheet.
Elliot or Elliot.
It's page 2. If John could look at it for me, it's at Elliot's. It'll be in the description of this YouTube channel video that that you are currently watching.
Right.
And yeah, John, thank you again for joining us and coming down all the way from New York with the NYPD in tow.
Next time you'll have to run a one-shot.
Yes.
I'll have
Sure.
to what?
Run a one-shot.
Sure, that sounds great. If you guys actually enjoyed this, then that's awesome. Yeah, maybe like a little bit of prep work might be nice. It's been a long time since I've gotten to like run D&D, so that's like any kind of tabletop RPG kind of thing. It's been great. You can follow me at things if you want to. This is Jon Branch on Instagram and probably other things as well.
Is it John with an H or no H?
No H. That's the real way to spell it.
Not John.
It's streamlined. It's streamlined.
Yeah, exactly.
Efficiency, fewer things you have to type.
Yeah. And I teach improv comedy classes online and stuff like that. And I'm a writer. So if you've got a sitcom that you're looking to produce, I've got one written. If you're wanting to learn how to be funny and do the things that I do, you can come take a class that I teach.
They're really fun.
Check out radicalagreement.com, which is the school I teach through. Radicalagreement.com.
Awesome.
There you
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. We will see you around. Thank you again, John. Have a good night, everybody.
I cast credits.
go. Remember, don't think.